Okay, so I know it's been a minute since the last time I did a video on my car, and at this point I've done a lot of work on it. I've gotten the front fenders, I'll start up here, the front fenders are all sanded down and cool. I've also worked on the housing for the headlight, so it sits in there properly and I know how it's going to project. The fender and everything is all sanded and even. I've kind of changed the contour a little bit here so it's nice and even as it flows around to the front. The fender, as you see there, I got all my paint and everything off, so it's even. And then we get over to the side skirt. So here, oh, I'm sorry, aside from the side skirts, I've actually gone through it a little bit. Got my door even. You can see my 1/8 gap spacing is even, and of course it closes a lot better. Got 1/8 over there, so everything is lined up. I was kind of methodical about everything. The fenders I re-drilled in place, so they are lined up. My front bumper is on, excuse me, my rear bumper is on, and it's affixed, so I have my bolts that hold it in place. Aside from that, I created, let's see, is that, well, I created my diffuser pieces. This is the one that goes on the driver's side actually, so that's great. So we got driver's side action over here, looks like so. And so there is a fin that goes in that slit right there that gives it a direction that I'll put on there. I thought about making this two different pieces, but I thought, why? I'll just keep it one piece. This is more shit I gotta mess with. I also thought about trimming it and literally giving it a line right where you see in the center of the screen where it goes around from the rear bumper, and literally cutting it off there. But then I don't know, I kind of like it overlapping like that. So I did draw, you can see right there, I drew a line right there to think about cutting it. But and then for fixing it to the bumper and fender, I could sandwich it in between that too. But anyway, that's something I might make a decision for later. But anyway, that's the way it fits. It curls all around. I've got both of these done for both sides. Since my last video, I've been to SEMA, so I also engineered the probability of doing an air brake. That's why you see my wing up like that, so the air brake will actually function that way. And I actually kind of like that. It keeps the air centered on the center of the car. And I think if I can line that up right and get the right brackets and everything, it should be able to go right down on the body right here. And then it'll be supported. It'll go up with the wing. And then when the air brake is deployed, it still will have pressure going down to the body of the car and not just the wing, obviously, because then it'll rip off the car probably, and that's a whole other nightmare. So that's something that's going to be the cherry on the top when I finish. Oh, the other thing too, I brought my center lens home, and this originally had been sitting out for years, man. It sat out actually all the 10 years, and so it looks like the paint still kind of held pretty good. I thought it was bad. I did put some tape on it, but I took all the tape off and I was able to polish it back out. But it's a brand new piece. This piece is I think retails for $300 some, and it was, the original one was cracked by my mechanic that put the motor in years ago, and so he had to replace it. And that is the replacement, and everything is still there, which I like. This is what happens to tail lights over time. That one's cracked, but I have a whole new set, which I'm really proud of. I got a whole set for 500 bucks. Today I think they're what, $1,500 if you want to get a set of those, and that's used. So I'm pretty excited by that. So now in this video, I am frustrated because I have spent a lot of time working on these side skirts. Now, a lot of the older side skirts or kits that you even have for the cars, they have a little bit of a lip. Even on the RWB side skirts, there's like a 1-inch lip that runs along the side panel and then, you know, goes around the fender and whatnot. Now, when I did this the other day, you can see I cut and sliced, and I had to protrude out a little bit, and that's probably like a 1/2 inch or whatnot. And I kind of like that style. And I was like, well, all right, now I'm gonna flip the car around, work on the other side. But I guess I was ahead of myself, because I literally worked on the other side already, and I literally forgot that I did that. And I'm going to show you how that made a difference on the other side. Now, the other issue that I had too was the gap. You know, did I want to have, so I took the original kit off, so that's the body of the car. And so if you have a body kit, it would be able to mount up to your car, and that's how I was designing this, so that way anybody can buy it should they want it. Now, I had the Strozek kit on here originally, so the paneling was on here. You can see the fiberglass is back there, so it was affixed here and it runs up. But a new kit, if you want to put it on your car, you certainly could just cut into it and go down to the base of the car, and then it would affix. Now, let me jump on the other side real quick. So on the other side, I had been working over here, and like I said, I forgot. As you can see here, there is no lip. The fender literally runs all the way down, and I did do a cut, chop, rebuild, and whatever. And I actually kind of like that. So now I'm pretty frustrated because I don't know if I like the other side better than this side. And if I had to make changes, that's cut, chop, rebuild, which I kind of hate at this point. Because that's your cost and your materials and resin and time and stuff like that. Now, as you see here too, the side fender, side skirt runs along the rocker. The rocker is completely straight. I don't have the 1-inch gap in between it, but of course the original side skirt of the Strozek kit is still on here. I didn't take this off. So let's just say, I mean, it's still an 1/8 inch difference. It's not a inch difference, but I kind of like that. And obviously it flows all the way back into the rear quarter panel or wide body fender. So again, I kind of like that. I also have to work on my gaps. That gap is kind of not that bad, which I like. So gotta put my door handles back on. Anyway, so that's where I am at this point. So hopefully I should get the kit done. I still got the fenders are aligned. I took a lot of time to do that. I'll align it to the hood so the whole front clip is good. So when I come up here, I just have to finish doing the front lip of the fender just like I did on the other side. It's all perfect now. So I gotta jump on this side, make it all perfect. So some of the differences or nuances of this fender is that I extended more material up front here to give it a more symmetrical feel. I thought it was kind of weird that it was like a bubble effect for the lights, and so I kind of made it a little bit more contoured. You can see right there. So it's kind of the additional material I had added to make it a little bit smooth and contoured, and I think a easier transition to a newer design for the GT3 front. And I like it. I think it'll flow pretty good. Anyway, that about does it. I gotta fix my canard because I don't know how it broke. That's it right there, but it's been re-glassed and fixed, so I just have to put it on. See what else I gotta do. Oh, gotta change this. This doesn't contour quite right. It doesn't extend. I have to extend this out and match up the canard to go to the fender. It's the only thing I gotta do in that area. But other than that, I should be good. After realigning the front fenders, I also realized that I don't think I'm gonna have to lower the car in the front. So what you're looking at is stock height with 18-inch rims. I am 2 inches off that rim at this point, the way it sits. The reason why that's significant is that I don't have any gas in the gas tank. Gas tank is a significant amount of weight because it's a big tank. If I'm not correct, excuse me, if I am correct, it's 26 to 28 gallons if I'm not mistaken. So it's a pretty good sized gas tank that we have up front, which I like, so you can stay in the canyons for a while. But anyway, with that many gallons, you certainly have weight with that. So with that said, two factors would allow this car to even drop lower. Is the fact that it's an empty gas tank and I'm still sitting good, and also I got brand new struts right here. So you can see that's 2-inch gap right here, and it'll drop a little bit lower once I start driving. Let's see, the other issue that I have is I still gotta lower the rear. Oh, sorry, my turning radius. So I got good turning radius when I move my wheels. This is a 9.5 setup, so I have clearance for everything. The Strozek kit is not going to allow it to turn all the way, so I'm gonna have to cut that out. I don't know if you can see that back there, but it certainly wouldn't have worked. But the rear certainly has to be lowered. It is too high. I'm probably like a little over 2 inches in the back, so certainly got to lower that in the back. Let's see, that's about it on the car so far. But like I said, the dilemma right now is getting the side skirts to match, and I don't know if I want to keep this side with that little lip. I kind of like that. That was done on purpose. That's why it's all nice and even. Or do I want to have it flush with the fender? So again, I wanted to make it two separate pieces so guys are not cutting their fenders in order to make this work. You can remove your whole front clip, release the fenders in your front clip, and bolt this right in place, and you're not cutting into anything. If you already have a wide body, then you're just adding your rear flares and putting on some side skirts, but you're not damaging your original car. All your factory stuff can sit up on the wall. Original Porsche fenders can fetch what, $2,000 I think a set for the earlier years. I can't imagine cutting into that just for a fender flare that costs you, I don't know, in fiberglass, you know, not even $100 to make. That makes no sense to me. But anyway, I am designing around that. Anyway, that's where I am with my side skirts. Feel free to leave me some comments and let me know what you guys would do in this situation if you would have left it. I'm not sure, and in this very moment, if I should leave it that way or do the other side. But let me know what you guys think, and let's go from there.